Trey Wingo used to be on ESPN, NFL Live, now doing his own thing, talking about Kevin Stefanski, his job security with Browns.
I do think that Kevin Stefanski is a good coach. I do think he's probably going to get fired after the end of this season. You know, he's taken the Cleveland Browns to the playoffs twice. He's been a coach of the year twice. He's not a bad coach. I do think the organization is a house of cards, and I'm not sure. You know, what's the long-term answer here? I don't know the answer to that.
Is it a bad move if the Browns were to move on from Kevin Stefanski at the end of the year? Do you think that that's a mistake by the Browns?
No, I don't, and I think that's the nature of the beast. You know, I mean, you don't win, you don't keep your job. It's that simple. I don't think that Kevin Stefanski is the biggest reason for all the Browns' problems. I think there are much bigger issues at play in Cleveland.
Again, I can't argue with that. At some point in time, you know, 3, 4, 5-win seasons, it is the nature of the beast. And again, I think these last 9 games, 8 games are going to determine whether Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski are back.
Yeah, this isn't a case of should or shouldn't. It's not a fair or unfair because we're long past those things. It's a question of what's the best direction for the organization. My personal opinion is I think Kevin Stefanski should keep the job unless he essentially loses the locker room and they fire him. That's the one I can't sort of get past. But just in terms of what the team has in talent and everything else, I think the best move is to keep him and play this thing out. But, you know, Trey Wingo didn't say anything that's objectionable. The big question you then have is, okay, you've done that. Are you going to end up with, you know, are you going to basically fire Mike Vrabel and replace him with Brian Callahan? And are you going to be like the Jets where you're firing Robert Saleh and you end up with Aaron Glenn? Like, there are teams that can be turned around and hire great coaches and all this other stuff. Are the Browns going to be that team, or are we going to be sitting here in another year and going, man, I wish we didn't fire Kevin Stefanski? Much like I'm sure Tennessee is sitting there going, man, I wish we didn't fire Mike Vrabel, even though he had 2 bad seasons.
Yeah, I'm with you. Tell me what you're going to is basically what you got to figure out. Because and again, is it a first-year head coach? Those typically take a little bit more than a year to turn around if it's a first-year head coach.
Yeah, the biggest argument in favor of making a move and changing head coach is if you are in a position where you're going to take a quarterback and you are, one, not satisfied with Kevin Stefanski, and you don't want to be in a situation where you're going to keep him 1 year, fire him, and then have that quarterback then get another new coach. You see that too often. It's not a great situation. It's working out great for the Patriots right now because Drake May was really good last year as well, even though it didn't show up in the win column and they made the change they did. But whether it's Caleb Williams or some of these other quarterbacks, that's generally not a great approach. You don't want these guys going through coaches. We saw it with Baker Mayfield. So that's the most compelling reason to make a change. But again, puts a lot of pressure on you to get that coach right if you're going to make that move.